Hi Healing Fam, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing well. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the deception, the manipulation, the feeling of feeling cornered, deceived, if you want to say it, and maybe the naivety of women too when it relates to the games that men play in dating, in relationships, and how we can see it and overcome it. Let's get right into it. Okay, bye.
That's why they call it the game. He wants to play with your emotions for amusement. And if you think I'm lying, think about the men that has taken you on dates. You think every one of those men was looking for a wife? No, they was looking for a lady for the night. Let's keep it all the way a buck. Every time you bring up a serious commitment, now he's disinterested. Because all he was interested in was playing games with your motherfucking heart. There are men that chase just because they like to chase. And here's the thing. Just because he's chasing you don't mean you the only thing he's trying to quote unquote catch. You think it's about sex? If it was just about sex, he would have sex with one person. Y'all don't understand. For certain men,
I don't like you. I want to hit it. I don't want a relationship. That's the reality. Women go, but tell me that. Where would that get us?
Exactly where it's supposed to get you. Because a girl who doesn't want that arrangement is allowed and has the freedom to say no, thank you.
So you heard that. Why can't he just go find that woman who wants that arrangement, who wants him to just hit it and go? That woman who doesn't want the commitment, doesn't want the work of relation. There's a lot of men, majority of men who think this way. They stay with you, they marry you, they're in with you, air quote on the surface, but in their inner selves, they don't like you. That's why they cheat. They don't value you. That's why they cheat. They don't respect you. That's why they cheat. They see you as an object, like a cup, like this. That, I usually would not sit here thinking about my cup, like, oh my God, this cup is beautiful. This cup, I mean, every now and then I'll be like, oh, okay, I like the color of the cup, the colors that I pick and whatever, because I picked it, I made it. See how I'm saying that? But I might value more when there's nice and warm coffee in here. I'll be like, oh, that's so juicy coffee. It fills my body like so warm, so delicious. Oh, all my senses are enlightened. That's how men feel when they get sex. So they don't value you until they want sex. They marry a lot of time because they want free access, maybe raw sex, because they know you're a safe choice. You're not gonna bring STIs. Majority of men, women are not sleeping around, so the chances of him getting STDs is less from you, and you have that birth control in, or you'll block all the tubes, so the chance of having a baby is less. So he can dip there anytime he wants, how he wants, even when he's not doing the right things to honor and respect you, and still want to test out other ones, just like they do with cars. So they'll keep their main cars. Maybe they have one or two other cars on the side, a motorcycle, a bicycle, so they can change it on the weekends, on different times. Like when they're going out with the boys, they might take the motorcycle. See that? And they'll still want to get different version every so years, because there's always a new version that comes out. See that? So that's how they think about when it comes to women. It's an object. It's sitting there. They only find value in you when they want to use you. Like he said, why can't he just go for that woman? No, they want to, it's all about control and dominance, right? They want to control and dominate you. They want to humble you. And when you not allow that or question them or set boundaries, then all of a sudden it become too much. You become a thing in their way, so they get angry. They want to get rid of it. The most emotions that men know is anger. Is anger or just tuning out into different toys or different ways to get a dopamine hit. And if you're chasing that as a woman, you're gonna dry yourself up so fast. So if you have a partner like that, if you have partners like that, most of the time that's how it is, especially after a while of being in marriage. They start to look, their eyes are always lurking everywhere. That's why I said, having been a woman who has been on the other side of dating now and seeing what I see on these apps, especially, I just be on the apps for the fun of it for the most part, because many of them there, I just want to play. They just want to play. But when you know how to play the game too, there are women out here who just want the SES. They don't have the time or bandwidth, or if you've seen it all, you're like, I don't have time for this shit. Okay, let's play the game. Let's play the dirty game. Let's play it. That he doesn't want to go with that. He wants to go with a woman that he knows is not accessible to him, just with the mindset of wanting them to switch and change to what he wants, because it's all about controlling you, subduing you, so they can have you as a source of their enjoyment. And sometimes they even derive joy. Some of these men who are sadists want to see your miserability as a source of their joy too. So just so you know, there is dark psychology of manipulation of all this stuff, and it's all a conquest. And that's why there was chatting rooms, all these chat groups or whatever, and they talk about women all day long. Listen quietly to a group of men get together and they talk. A lot of time, quiet and listen and watch the patterns. It'll give you all that you need to know so you can preserve your heart at the end of the day. So that's my second take. Okay, bye.
You want to know a trick that a narcissist uses to get you to do what they want? And if you're new here, I have narcissistic personality disorder. A narcissist will use subliminal manipulation tactics to get you to do what they want without asking you to do it. Typically, these tactics involve like triangulation, where there's another person involved, where if they want you to make changes without directly telling you to make changes, they will say somebody else does something better than you. Hey, look, she does this better than you. Like something like that. She's so good at giving back rubs or whatever. Dang. And in your mind, you don't want to lose this person. You don't want to lose the narcissistic person in your life. So guess what you get good at doing? You start giving back rubs. And back rubs is just an example. It could be anything else. It could be cooking, could be cleaning, could be, giving them money. It's just a subtle way of getting you to do exactly what we want you to do without actually directly telling you to do it. So if you start giving back rubs without me asking you to give back rubs, I can always say, hey, look, I didn't ask you to do that. You didn't have to do that. Very, very sneaky and manipulative. Be on the lookout. Triangulation.
With the narcissist, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. They have impossible standards and expectations, and they're constantly changing. Are you in a relationship like this? Here's some examples. Tell me which ones you can relate to. They'll criticize your appearance. You're too plain, and then you dress up, and you're trying to impress other people. They'll tell you to wear a specific outfit and then tell you that you're trying too hard. They're constantly moving the goalpost. They'll tell you they want you to be more affectionate, and then when you are, they'll call you a clinger. They'll tell you they need more space and to go out with your friends. And when you do, you're neglecting them. They'll tell you to be more open and honest with them. And then they'll gaslight you when you do. This is no accident. And if you understand narcissists, it's not confusing at all. They intentionally create no-win situations. It leaves you frustrated, confused, and constantly on edge. But that's the point. They want you emotionally exhausted. They want to damage your self-esteem. And it's all to control you.
Manipulation is a game. And we all know these guys out here, they say they don't play games. Games are for boys, right? I mean, why would he play games? He's a grown man. Now, let me just tell you something, okay? Men would rather burn you to the ground than to have a bad rap on the streets, okay? I'm just going to let you know right now, if word gets out that he is a manipulator, he is going to be in for the long haul trying to figure out how to maneuver and how to persuade all of these women that's going to come after you, assuming you're not the end-all be-all. It's going to be harder on him to convince them to give him the time of day, because if they figure that out, now he's got to go to different area codes, different zip codes, different cities, different states. A man does not want to go through all that. He's thought about this already, right? I mean, what's going to happen is he's going to make you believe that you're the crazy one, and he's going to say it something just like this. You're absolutely out of your mind. You're crazy. You're taking everything I'm saying and you're construing it in your own little way. I am not a manipulator. I don't play games, okay? So whoever hurt you, it wasn't me. Does that sound familiar? Does it sound like something they would say? Because they want you to believe that you are absolutely crazy for even bringing that up. That is what is so upsetting.
A man can manipulate you with a lie and he can manipulate you with the truth. But the men who really are master manipulators, they're the ones that's going to tell you the truth because they understand that you're going to tell yourself a lie in order to stay connected to them. I've even heard a quote that said, you don't even have to lie to a woman. If she likes you enough, she going to lie to herself. And this is how you end up getting tied up with a man who not going to give you anything you need. You meet him and he be like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm not ready for no relationship. But he still wines and dines you, still brings you flowers, still spends the night with you, still has sex with you, does all the things that he would do if he was in a relationship with you. And you fall for that. And you say, well, why you treating me like this if you don't want to be with me? He going to be like, I told you I didn't want to be in this relationship. That's the trick. The truth gives him the power over you because you get to make all your decisions. And then when you start tripping on him and telling him, well, you did this and you did that and I thought this and I thought that, he's gonna be like, no, but I told you. So I know that most men who are really manipulative don't even be lying to women. They tell women the truth. The only difference is they'll tell you the truth, I'm not ready for a relationship, but they'll do the exact opposite of what they said. So if what he says is not matching what he's doing, then 9 times out of 10 you are being manipulated. If he tells you he loves you, but he's not doing anything to prove that to you, that's manipulative too, because he'll tell you what you want to hear, but he will never do the things that align with what he's telling you. So how do you know you're not being manipulated? Words match with actions consistently. And the minute the words stop matching the actions or the actions stop matching the words, you know that this is not a serious person. Consistency is the telltale sign of if a motherfucker real with you. But I believe in trusting your intuition, asking God to reveal people to you, making sure that you don't give so much of yourself to where you invest too much and you feel like once you find out the truth, you can't walk away. Because that's what we do. We fall in love with behaviors and with words before we give people time to prove if that's who they genuinely are. Don't just see how they treat you. See how they treat other people. See how they treat waiters and waitresses. How do they treat their parents? What do people tell them about themselves? What do their families say? Have you been around him in different rooms, in different environments? Have you seen the way he interacts when he's angry? Have you seen how he acts when he's under stress? Have you seen how he is when he's away from you and when he's with you? That's how you will know. That's how you'll know. Time and patience.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. A real man knows whether a woman is wife material within the first 12 months. Point blank period. Some men even know within the first 6 months. I'm just really not supposed to be saying what I'm saying right now. But we just have a huge generation of men now where they like to play these rigmarole back and forth games and they patty cake around and they'll get with a woman that they know is wife material, but will sit on it just to wait for an excuse to disqualify committing to her. Aha, I got this. I'm able to hold this against you so I don't have to commit to you. A lot of y'all dudes be doing that, and you don't want to be honest and admit that that's what a lot of y'all be doing. This woman has been with you through thick and thin. Why do these women gotta go through doggone Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto shootouts, held for ransom in order to prove that, you might be the one. I might marry you now. Like, bruh, for real? Seriously? And I know some of y'all gonna be in the comment section upset at what I'm saying and, you a simp. But you kind of right, though.
Ladies, let me tell you something about this thing that we do in management. It's called a PIP. It's a PIP. It's a personal improvement plan, right? You may have gotten one. If you're in management, you've done these with countless employees. Let me tell you how I realized that this is something that men are actually employing with women. So it's where you say 5 things, basically 5 positive things or 5 nice things about your employee. And then you give them 2 negatives, 2 things that they need to work on, hence the PIP. Okay? So let me give you an example. So a man might start off with something like this. I think a man should pay for everything in a relationship. And I think a man should always fill up his woman's gas tank because it's his responsibility to make sure her car is up and running good. A man should always go shopping with his woman because I like for my woman to go shopping with me because I like to see her trying on clothes and, so I can help her pick out what looks best for her. A woman should be able to wear whatever it is that she wants. A woman is supposed to feel sexy. Let her wear whatever she wants. I'm cool with that. A man absolutely should seek advice from his woman. There's nothing wrong with that. I want my woman to give me feedback. I want her to tell me, about myself. So then there will be 2 things that he's going to have to disagree with or 2 things that he's going to have to point out about you. One, and most women are really big about feeding people. Okay? So feeding our family, our friends, we like to cook. It's something that we enjoy doing. So one of the things that he's going to disagree with is, I don't want my woman cooking for other people. I don't like that. 2, if you have guy friends, he will tell you, I know how bad you are, so therefore, I don't want you having guy friends. I'm cool with you being cool with people, but I'm not with all the texting and stuff like that. So, those 2 things. Now remember, so these 2 things are areas where you more than likely feel you're strong at. 1, you like to cook. 2, you have guy friends. And you may have said, I get hit on a lot, so therefore he's going to tell you, I know how attractive you are, and I know that none of your guy friends actually really want to just be friends with you. It definitely has to be more than that. So this is just an example of how we give men the bullets to shoot us with. Because if you got pipped, if he hit you with a management plan, then it means that you gave him all the tools that he needs to use against you. And we do this every time, whether it's in just a regular relationship or trying to build a bridge with a person or even in cheating. Women give men all the tools. We think that men don't listen. They listen to everything and they know how to use all of these things against us. Men, you might not like it, but y'all know it's the truth. If you like this video, leave it a like, a save, share, or follow me for more relationship tips and insights.
One of the most common manipulation tactics used by toxic people when you talk about your hurt feelings is to provoke an argument. So instead of showing curiosity, validating your emotions, asking questions, committing to improve, manipulative or narcissistic people will turn your hurt feelings into a spectacle. They may dismiss your feelings with statements like, wow, you're so emotional, or you're still upset about this, even though it just happened again or was never truly resolved. Suddenly, you're defending your emotions or explaining yourself while the original issue remains unaddressed. Narcissistic people want to convince you that your reactions to their actions are the real problem. And partners of narcissistic people who tend to be overly empathetic with their partner's limitations try to understand them, internalize what their toxic partner is saying, leading to suppression of emotions, chronic anxiety, depression, and even exasperated health issues that are made worse by emotional stress. In relationships, it's crucial to recognize manipulation tactics early on and make your well-being a priority. Validating your feelings, or at least being curious about them, fosters mutual respect, growth, and fulfillment. You deserve to be with people who value your emotions and care when you're hurting.
Here's 8 mind games that narcissists use to manipulate you. Make sure you stick around for number 8 because it's probably the most hysterical and irritating. Number 1, gaslighting. This is when a narcissist will actually try to deny your reality or change your reality into something that it's not. Number 2 is projection. This is when a narcissist will take all the things that they normally do themselves, like cheating, lying, and gaslighting, and say that you were actually the person who was doing those things. Number 3, the guilt trip. This is when a narcissist will try to make you feel sorry for something that they did to you, or make you feel sorry for them as if you owe them something. Number 4 is the silent treatment, and it can be used as a weapon to hurt you. Narcissists do not use the silent treatment innocently. Number 5 is weaponized ignorance. I didn't know I couldn't do that. Is that what you meant by that? I didn't even know that would bother anyone. Number 6, playing the victim. Narcissists will always project themselves as the biggest victim in the room. Number 7, blame shifting. I only knocked that girl down in the bedroom because you wasn't putting out and you caused me to do it. It's your fault I cheated on you. Thanks for sticking around for number 8. which is throwing tantrums like a little fucking child. This is actually one of the most irritating things that a narcissist does, but at the same time, sometimes it's quite hilarious to watch. Real talk.
Why do men wait until women are absolutely tired to say, hey, I'm gonna act right now?
I got another perspective, because we talking from this perspective, assuming this man actually wants you. Sometimes this man don't want you, he just don't want nobody else to have you. And anytime he feels he's losing his grip off of you, now here comes the gifts. Now here comes the gesture, because I want to keep you single. I want to keep you unmarried. I don't want to commit to you, but I don't want you. Have you ever noticed all those gestures happen when you start looking like you moving on? You looking like you happy? You might have went on a date and posted about it. Now I don't want you with nobody else but me. But guess what? I ain't prepared to be with you. Right. And so what I want y'all to understand, sometimes those situationships, those men you talking to, sometimes they your biggest op. Because them is that they ain't trying to have you married. So what you got to do is you got to say, hey, listen, maybe he just don't with me that way. Maybe he enjoys the benefits of this situationship or the relationship, but he not ready or capable or know how to actually handle the responsibilities of it. And you got to take it. Listen, sometimes things break because they was never meant to be in your life in the first place. So I want you to remember that.
Women get into committed relationships. Men don't. You will see him living his best life. The only thing is you know nothing about it. You have no idea that he's texting other women, that he's seeing other women. That is the biggest trick a guy can play on you. Oh yeah, Liz, it is a committed relationship. Men usually have secret lives that no one knows nothing about. You know those business trips, going out with the guys, playing golf, working late. They settle for naive women. Women who believe in love and illusions and fantasy. A good woman who is going to cook for them. A good woman who is going to clean and keep the house. A woman that is going nowhere because she's so faithful to her man. They settle for that. But they go into the world looking for the other one. They settle for a woman that is going to be there for them. When the hot one, when the woman that they really want rejects them, guess who's going to be there for them? You should also be living your life. Yeah, we all want partnership. But don't stop living your life and holding your breath for your man. And the more you're trying to control your partner, thinking that you can have any control at all, they make you believe that you may have any control, but you have zero control. You can be checking his phone. You can be like checking his location. Like you will become so obsessed about what he's doing and you stop living your life. Why don't you take him off the pedestal and put yourself there as a priority? Put yourself there on the pedestal and start worshiping a goddess instead of a male god. Go into the world. Maybe date someone. No one has to know. Like, they do it all the time. And you know, that makes it so unfair that you are home thinking that he's being faithful when he is just living his best life. And you can also do the same, right? You can go for the hot one, for the hot guy with a six-pack, with a really cute car, and and when he breaks your heart, you can run to your partner, you know, the good for nothing. You can go and be like, oh, you know, like, yeah, he doesn't have to know what happened, but, you know, that's living your life, traveling, doing something else besides obsessing what a man is doing. I am hosting a live event this Saturday, October 26, 11 a.m. Central Time, for women who want to open their eyes, for women who want to activate the third eye so they can see the nature of reality, for women who are curious about their potential and how to become a high-value woman, the highest version of themselves. And if you want to be successful, yeah, don't miss it. It's a live event via Zoom. Buy the tickets. Click the link on my bio.
What do you do when he takes you for a joke and he literally will confuse you on purpose because he out here in these streets? It's Coach B. Wiley. I had a young lady ask me, what can she do if a guy is lying? And then he will crack a joke about the lie to try to throw her off the trail, knowing he lying, and then he'll then try to confuse her about the lie he done been caught in. Ladies, first of all, if you're in a situation like this and you're dating and you confused as hell, that's your biggest, boldest, brightest red flag that this dude literally thinks you are a fool. Because if he considered your feelings, he wouldn't be playing these games in the first place. A guy who actually gives a crap about you and who uses word, think about this word, let it soak in. A guy who considers you literally means all of you, your feelings, how it's going to affect you, how game play can really have you mentally disrupted, how your peace can be disturbed, and he wouldn't even consider doing that to you. So if you're in a situation right now, you're dating this dude and all of a sudden you're confused every day, you're questioning everything, and then you bring it up to him with your receipts, and his rebuttal is more lies and or sarcasm and or jokes, you need to pay attention to how that, all of that reactive behavior, how it makes you feel. Do it make you feel good? No. Does it make you feel sad? Probably. Does it make you feel mad? Perhaps. I don't know. Are any of those things good feelings? Are any of those feelings going to rock you to sleep at night? Lull you to sleep at night because you're soft and cozy? Nope. All of that. The gameplay, the manipulation, the joking, the sarcasm, the lies. It's what's going to keep you up at night. So if you're in this dating situation, ladies, first thing I always tell y'all, you always want to address the mess. That ain't no confrontation. It's you addressing his behavior with receipts to back up the behavior. And then you're supposed to have a solution-based conversation. When you have that and you come up with the solution, you then sit back, you watch his actions, and then if he's still playing these games, still taking you for a fool, still being sarcastic, still joking, still confusing you, that's when you act accordingly. I'm not going to tell you to quit dating this dude, because a lot of women, y'all come to me, y'all want this advice, y'all follow me, y'all watch all my stuff, even book me and pay me to coach you to only do what you want to do. And so that's why I say, I'm going to lead you to the water, but I'm not going to force you to drink it. So you know that he's lying, he's playing you, he's joking, he's taking you for a fool, he's running circles around you in your mind with his gameplay. You have to decide if that's what you want. You have to decide why you're attracted to that. And if you are, zip your lip when he gets to game playing and lying and just go on with the flow with it, versus venting to your friends and putting no action behind it, versus praying to God for a dude. Oh God, please Jesus, let this dude change. Oh my God. And then the more you pray, the worse his behavior get. That's a sign right there that, look, this ain't it for you. So if you're in this situation, lastly, go with your gut. Focus on the facts. Your feelings aren't facts. Go with your gut. Focus on the facts. Act accordingly. You know what's good for you. You know what's going to drive you into an early grave. And you know what's going to rise you up, pour life into you, speak life into you, and support you. So pick one. Can't have them both. You can't have this fool over here confusing you and be loving him at the same time, because that's not love. That's confusion. And what God and the universe ain't gonna do is send somebody to confuse you. No, they're going to send someone. The universe, God, whoever you believe in, love, likeness, isn't gonna be confusing. It's gonna bring forth clarity and peace. So if you ain't got clarity and or peace, you need to be questioning why you continue to entertain this guy, and furthermore, why you're signing up to embarrass yourself. That's it. That's all. Book a session with me. The link is in my bio. Talk to you later.
And so it means one of two things if a man is playing games. One, he himself is a man that has no plan and no vision, and that's why he can play these games and not see the issue with it. Yeah. He's not mature himself. He is the sign of a man that ain't got it. He ain't the one.
Yeah.
Or two, he is such a manipulator that even though he knows the value of it, he's going to play the games because he would rather have the upper hand than have somebody on his right-hand side.
Yeah.
She tells you, I just can't tell because you say you want to go out on a date, but then you never plan it. That confusion is caused by the fact that you yourself just ain't ready, bro.
Yeah.
And if you're causing confusion in a woman's life, bro, you're irresponsible. You're irresponsible for the role that God told you to play in terms of the women that come into your life, because you're supposed to be the one that is leading. And so if you are being irresponsible to yourself, you're being irresponsible to them. You're wasting their time. You're wasting their vitality that they have. And it just is a representation of where you are in your own self-esteem and the way you look at yourself, because you still got time to play games. I'm sorry. I don't got time for games no more. I don't even play Madden.
Sis, some men are master manipulators, so be careful, okay? When you meet these men, he knows exactly what it is that you're looking for. He knows that you just want to post them on social media to make your friends jealous. He knows that all he got to do is take you on a couple of days. He knows that he got to throw a couple of dollars your way, and you're going to fall for everything he's saying. He going to play you for the okie doke. These men are not stupid. They know what it is that they doing. So, sis, be more smarter. Be careful with what it is that you're doing when you meet these men.